Hi there, Laura Francis from laurafrancis.com.au. Today I want to speak with you briefly about self-love and deserving. Or should I say, a lack of self-love and a lack of feeling that you are deserving. Now, these are two topics that have come up quite a bit this week with some of my high-level clients. And it doesn't seem to matter at what level you are as far as your entrepreneurial journey is concerned or your success is concerned, that these things tend to be really, really, really big issues. Now, it's very easy to sweep things under the carpet, but it's really, really important that you don't. So self-love or a lack of self-love and a lack of belief that you are deserving of the success that you are seeking actually stops you from getting to where you want to go. So every time you get to a certain point, you actually pull yourself back and you start to self-sabotage. The best way to overcome that is, I guess, to know that you have this, or be aware of this lack of love, a lack of self-love, and of this this undeservedness that's within you, this belief that you just don't deserve to have the success or the happiness in your life that you truly seek. And now that lack of self-love and that lack of deserving starts very, very early on. And the thing is, a lot of people don't realize that it starts not long after you leave the womb, right? Because what happens is you're born into a society that believes that, it's important to be self-deprecating, particularly, I know in Australia, like, we're a very self-deprecating nation, right? We're always taking the piss. But the thing is, there's a fine line between joking around and causing long-term harm. So you'll often find, like one of my clients yesterday or a couple of days ago, I should say, during a conversation, her mother used to always say to her, "You got exactly what you deserved." Well, that's the thing. What she deserved was not pleasant, right? And so because of that, getting what she deserved, now when she actually reaches a high level in her business, when she has financial and business success, she actually self-sabotages to bring herself back to a place of non-deserving so that she gets exactly what she deserves. Because her ego mind has been programmed to believe that she actually doesn't deserve good stuff. She doesn't deserve to have good things happen to her in her life. What she actually deserves is all bad shit. And that is just rubbish, right? It's just absolute rubbish. But the thing is, that is impregnated in her brain now, and she has to recondition her brain, which is part of the work that I do with her through our mindset coaching. I help people with mindset coaching as well as business growth and online success coaching. But what we have to do now is we have to reprogram the language that's going on inside of her unconscious mind that her ego mind uses to keep her stuck and in a place of non-deserving, right? And we do that in a variety of ways. And firstly, it's by recognizing, acknowledging, and owning the place in which that lack of deserving first started, right? And then we go through a variety of exercises, including burning the non-deserving to the ground. And we do a very similar process for people who lack self-love. And another of my clients has been in that space this week. She doesn't love herself enough to trust herself enough. Now, if you don't love yourself and you don't trust yourself, actually both of these clients have been in this place. Because when you actually don't love yourself, you can't trust yourself because you only trust those that you love. And often we let ourselves down because we're told repeatedly through our lives that we'll never stick with it, right? We'll never go through. We'll never follow it to the end, that we can't possibly do it for ourselves. And so very early on in our lives, our families, our parents, out of goodwill in a lot of situations and a lot of times, tell us that we can't, for example, climb the tree because we'll fall and we'll break our neck. We can't, for example, walk on a fence because we're going to fall and we're going to hurt ourselves. So we start to think that we can't. We start to think that we couldn't possibly trust our innate abilities, and we start to pull back from them. And we pull further and further away until we truly believe that we can't trust ourselves. Therefore, we can't love on ourselves either, because if we can't trust ourselves, we can't love ourselves. If we can't love ourselves, we can't trust ourselves. So, where in your life are you feeling that you deserve exactly what you get, and exactly what you get is completely and utterly unpleasant? Where in your life are you not trusting yourself because you're afraid that you'll open yourself up to hurt or harm or some sort of suffering? If you'd actually like to reach out to me to get some help around self-love and deserving, please feel free to private message me.